The internet is becoming a town quad for the global village of tomorrow. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, dear students. Welcome to the DDMP, Data Driven Marketing Professional, the apex body for Sri Lankan marketers since back in 1970 and was incorporated by an Act of Parliament in 1980. SLIM is recognized as a national body for marketing and authority to edify the marketing profession in Sri Lanka. So, ladies and gentlemen, dear students, the Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing conducted major events, programs, as well as award ceremonies on a national scale. The Data Driven Marketing Professional Program, which is designed to come up with the plethora knowledge on data driven marketing concepts and skills to evaluate and identify the best practices and emerging concepts in data driven marketing. And of course, this program, the Data Driven Marketing Professional Program, which is beneficial and well suited for the digital marketing as well as the data analytic career minded candidates and profiles who are seeking to acquire specific competencies to differentiate themselves from the rest. So, ladies and gentlemen, so we will next move on for the welcome speaker for DDMP Open Day webinar. She is the Deputy DGM for the Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing for the Business Development Division with over 17 years her career experience in business development. It's a pleasure to be here, Ms. Mihiruni Fonseca, and warmly welcome for the welcome speaker speech.
Thank you, Dasun. Hope I'm audible.
Yes, Mihiruni.
Okay, right. Okay, thanks. Okay, so once again, good afternoon to all of you, right? And I would like to, first of all, welcome our guest speaker today, Mr. Seninda Bandara, founder, Boutique Agency Network, and also the lecturer, Mr. Daminda Edirisinghe, and also Ms. Dilrukshi Jayawardena, Executive Slim Business School, and all the participants today. So actually today, this might be the first time that you might have joined a SLIM program, or maybe you all have done some SLIM programs as well. Then you can start the presentation. Right? So for the benefit of everyone, I just want to take you through a small presentation of what SLIM is. As you can see, the vision is to lead the nation's efforts towards economic prosperity. Yeah, the next slide, Tinula. And now today you all have actually joined for an education program that is data-driven marketing professionals. So other than the education programs, we have the events arm as well. So you can see we have the Slim Brand Excellence People's Awards. Slim Brand Excellence to recognize the brand efforts of companies, then People's Awards again to recognize the actually we take a sample and recognize different songs to actresses, different again brand people, then different programs, TV programs, so likewise, and also to recognize the salespeople, we have the National Sales Awards. So with the 50th anniversary, actually we are happy to say we are Slim is 53 years old now. So with the 50th anniversary, we restart Sri Lanka with the Prime Minister's office, and also FEs, that is to recognize the effectiveness of advertising. Also Slim Digis, that is to recognize the digital efforts of companies, and also the newly introduced program, that is the SMEDA, that is for the small and medium entrepreneurs. So that is actually the events that we have. You can go to the next slide, Tinra. And also as an institute, it's not just an independent institute. We have different affiliations, different associations. You can see with the Prime Minister's office, and also with Asia Marketing Federation with 17 countries, and also with the Employee Federation, OPA, FCCISL, National Chamber of Commerce, right? Again, we have UK affiliations. You can see with Emerald Publishing, Credly, then CPD, CPD, we have for some training programs. And also for the digital programs, we have the Digital Marketing Institute Ireland affiliation, and also the CIM. We are actually one of the oldest study centers that we do CIM, Chartered Institute of Marketing, and also the MBA is from Glendale Wrexham University. So these are the affiliations we have as an institute. So you can see it's not just a independent institute, right? So we have different affiliations all around the country. And just to talk to you a little bit on the again overall, like we have the, as I mentioned, the education, and also we have the membership arm. So once you will finish your programs with experience, you will be able to get your membership as well. And also, as I mentioned, the events, and also restart, as I mentioned, and also we have a training arm that conducts workshops and also customized programs, and also we bring foreign speakers. Few years back, we brought down Professor Philip Kotler, Ron Kaufman, so likewise different speakers, because if you go to another country, this it'll be very costly. So we bring these speakers down to Sri Lanka, and we sell these tickets at a very nominal amount to our stakeholders. So that's actually, so you can see SLIM is not just education now. It's, in short, if we can call it even the marketing Mahagedara, because we have so many areas under one umbrella. Right? And also on the education side, then we can go to the next slide. So today, other than the data-driven marketing professional, we have 17 other programs in the pipeline. Just to give you a rough idea, because we have the professional certificate in marketing, that's the stepping stone for marketing. So we have that program in English, Sinhala, Tamil, and also online, right? And also we have postgraduate diploma in marketing, which is called the SLIM qualification, which is a flagship product of SLIM. And also for the sales people, we have National Diploma in Sales Management. Then for the branding, the people who are interested in brand management, we have Diploma in Strategic Brand Management, because that's a very interesting program, which has a practical launch as well. And also the people who are interested in pharma, that is, we have the pharma marketing and the services marketing. And also we have digital programs like certificate in digital marketing and also diploma in digital marketing. So that is again affiliated with DMI, Digital Marketing Ireland, and also the program that you have registered, Data Driven Marketing. And we are a study center for CIM. And also we have one language program, that is Business and Professional English. Also for the entrepreneurs and also who are planning to be entrepreneurs, we have certificate in entrepreneurial marketing, also certified professional marketer, that's a status program, and also the MBA from Glendale Wrexham University. So those are the programs that we offer. So you can see we have 18 programs under the SLIM education arm. So now today you have joined the DDMP program, and you can see our membership benefits as well. It's just a summary of what we offer. We have a Toastmasters club, and also we had different evening meetings, networking nights, so likewise different benefits. Today actually you'll be starting, this program is for 4 months, and also you have actually a well experienced lecture panel, right? So they will support you throughout. And also we coordination will be done by the coordinators. So they will also give you the fullest support. So hope that all will finish. So if there's any challenges, if you all come in between when you all start this program, you can talk to our program coordinators, right, staff, or the business development staff, anybody, because they'll be supportive, because what we want you all is to finish this program successfully, right, and also get involved in other activities as well in SLIM, and hope all will complete, and all the best, and thank you very much.
Thanks again. Thank you very much, Ms. Mihari Fonseca, getting and adding value to the open day of DDMP. He's the founder and managing director of Boutique Agency Network Private Limited, with over 15 years of career experience in data-driven marketing, advertising, and integrated communications. He completed his MBA in Business Management Administration from the Cardiff Metropolitan University in UK and postgraduate diploma in marketing from the Chartered Institute of Marketing, UK. It's glad to be here and warmly welcome Mr. Seminder Bandara for the guest speaker speech.
Is my presentation is visible now?
Now, yes, we can, sir.
Okay. So sorry for the interruption. So anyway, and you can hear as we read. So I'm Seninda Bandara. So I'm the founder and managing director of Boutique Agency Network and a couple of other ventures. So my task today is basically to give you a sort of a introduction and a kind of a, I would say like a tip or a small thing that you can keep it as a kind of a tool where what exactly this course is going to give you after all and how you can get the best out of this course. So that's the most important thing what you need to understand. So therefore, I'm not going to talk many things, but I'm going to talk about just one big thing. So because this is the most important thing what you need to have and what you need to improve in yourself, and that if you want to get the best out of this course. So, and I will share a couple of insights with it. So the most important thing what you need to have in your life, especially being the kind of interested students who have showcased some interest in enrolling with this particular course, data-driven marketing practitioner or other data-driven marketing professional. So the most important thing in my understanding is the curious mind, or rather we call it the data curious mind. This is the most important thing that you need to have if you are getting involved with anything that is related with data, because data is something that is there always, it's everywhere. But the ones who are really curious, ones who has this curious mind, can really harness that data and change many things. So I'm going to tell you a little bit of, rather, I'm just going to give you one example. The best example right now, what I can give you on the data curious mindset is the only known example to me is only myself. So what I'm going to do is next couple of slides, I will just tell you how my data curiosity made me a catalyst in the area that I'm working on right now. So I started my career in 2007 in a local advertising agency just as a school leaver. So my job was basically a trainee media executive. So I was working in an advertising agency. So I'm admin now. I can call it myself as admin. I'm into advertising. But my career started in 2007 as a trainee media executive. So the media job in advertising is pretty much, it's the number crunching part of the whole game. So I believe this is the starting point, but there, my job was basically to do, provide some data crunching and, provide insights, and not insights per se, but provide the analysis to the senior media planners. When I was doing that, there is a way how typically in advertising, so there are standard templates, there are standard analysis that we do. So we being in that very early 20, the rebel age of our life, so we don't like the status quo, simply because we see it as very boring and we try to find there is something more than that. So the typical analysis that I have to do, I was doing it, but then I also figured that it was made in such a way to prove, like typically this is what happened in major, like in general, in any particular business, when you work with your own clients. So it was meant to be something that to show how best we have performed. So you change your analysis accordingly to show how best you have made the campaign happen. But when you look at this data in different angles, in different viewpoints, you see that there are like bigger issues you can figure out. So I didn't like the whole monotonous way of looking at the data sheets. So therefore, I started doing my own analysis also. So at very early stage, I was not allowed to even present because now only I understand the gravity. So, but my curiosity into data helped me to think in a very different way. So my analysis, my kind of understanding. So it's not just to say that whether a campaign has worked or not. If it hasn't worked, then based on the data, through a deep dive into the data, using whatever the analytical knowledge I had. So the time that I was talking, we had a very lesser amount of data feeds available. So even that was a very early stage of digital marketing in Sri Lanka. So we didn't have analytics, we didn't have much more in-depth information on digital data. But we had still we do have certain data points like traditional media data, the competition data, kind of your campaign performance data. But with all of that, one thing I figured was by deep dive into the data, you will be able to figure out the real causality. Why something has happened, why this campaign hasn't worked, and why the competitor has done much better than us. So then we get all sort of answers. And that is the beauty of my industry, that when you become a very data curious person. So in 7 years time, started as a trainee media executive, just a school leaver. So in 2014, it was my second round though. I joined one of the largest multinational advertising agencies in the country, even a global company. So I joined them as the head of strategy and head of invention. So my job was very critical, even locally they didn't had a job description also. So I had to find my own job description by talking to the regional people. But the whole reason, so I mean, in between I have moved to a couple of other agencies also. But throughout, in my 7 years of my corporate career, like in the early 7 years of my corporate career, it helped me, the data curiosity helped me to become a different person. My way of thinking has helped me to provide solutions to clients, even to the agency, the brands that I've been working on, to give them a different perspective. So things are working in a very different way. So it helped me. So that one big thing, as I told you earlier, the data curiosity, the curious mind of data curious mind has helped me to grow. So just after 2 years, I moved out from the corporate life. So moved into this fantasy of, startup fantasy, becoming an entrepreneur. So after some time only, I realized, how hard and how hard that journey have been. So in 2016, I started boutique agency as a agile marketing consultation at that time. So there is no such thing called agile marketing. I mean, there's very hardly there's things about agile marketing. So my vision was basically to build a company that working with data, providing data and identifying many different things with data, and providing consultations to organizations to do agile marketing, or maybe to become the agile marketing enabler. So as soon as if it is to do with agile marketing, that is about data. You use real-time data, you use low data, you use small data, you use big data, but you make the sense out of that data. That is the important thing. Like you can see data in different forms, data in different places, but doesn't matter whether it's a big data or whether it's a small data, if you can still make sense out of that data. That's what matters. So I started this entrepreneurial career, and in 2016, this data curiosity helped me to build the Sri Lanka's first marketing war room. So the whole concept of war room, when we brought into the picture, I think now I guess, I'm proud to say that many organizations are following our footpath, the footprint, and they have built their own war rooms. But still, the problem is no one is really getting the best out of the war room, because the whole concept is putting up all sort of multidiscipline data in one place and try to get the connection of all multidiscipline people and try to deep dive and see the meaning out of that data and make real-time decisions using data. And that is the reason, that is why we need to learn about data, because this whole course of data-driven marketing professionals is how do you use data to make more robust, more agile decisions. Whether you use AI, whether you use any analytical tool or whatever, the end goal is how best and how fast you can make the decision. And you use technology, you use generative AI to make faster and more accurate decisions. And that's what the technology has made you to make those decisions faster than ever. So the time in 2016 when we launched the War Room, it became a sort of a good toy for us to go and showcase our agency. And at very early stage, we were known for this particular 6-screen, like this agency, but no one knew what we were doing. So some people thought we were just doing social listening. Some people thought that we were doing analytics. Some people thought we are just watching the cricket match using these 6 screens. So multiple different ways people are talking about us. So that actually worked very well at a very early stage of a startup. So we used, or rather we created our own visualizers, data visualizers, and this in fact helped us to transform and move up in the ladder. So the early stage, the stage that I'm showing you now, it is a very early stage of a startup. So we had even 2 or 3 people, like let's say this particular image, the time that we took this image, we had, I guess we had 3 people in our team. But my job was, as I told you, I started as a media planner, but I have to learn physically. I have to learn how to use or rather how to create data visualizers using these BI tools. Because simply when I started my own startup, you won't be able to hire people to do these technological stuff. At that time, I even thought of hiring data scientists, but literally I have to use my knowledge, whatever the knowledge that I have, sort of, like whatever the knowledge that I have gained throughout my career, with my experience, with my exposure, it was a self-studying of most of these analytical tools. So even when I hired the first data scientist, the data scientist was a pro in many other data visualization tools except Microsoft Power BI. But I was a pro, and then I was proudly teaching a data scientist who's a qualified data scientist with a degree and everything, and with some sort of a work experience. They have, I mean, obviously, I don't know anything about programming languages or R or anything, but I knew this particular Power BI because I was literally I was creating visualizers. And that was one of our first kind of product that we moved to the market, saying that we are creating visualizers. But later on, we changed our business into a very different dynamic. But however, this particular course, there are certain modules in terms of data visualization. Learn how to create your own data visualizers, and then experiment. What works in data driven or other data curious mindset is it's not just learning things or not just listening to people about how to do certain things, but the experience, how you go and do something by yourself. So working on DIY data science tools or other data visualization tools will make a big difference in your life, because you will learn how to read the data in a much more different way. So, and being a startup guy, like doing certain different things that people hasn't seen before. So I got the opportunity to provide my thought leadership in multiple areas. So one of the big thing that happened was, even when Mihirini was taking you through all sort of courses, I can proudly say that I got the opportunity, the Slim team, I guess it was in 2018 if I'm not mistaken, invited me to be the course creator for your diploma in digital marketing. That was in 2018, I guess. So that was the first, Sri Lanka's first, I guess, the national diploma, national digital diploma. And the syllabus and that whole thing, when I was working on the syllabus, the exposure that I got was through my experience, through reading, and to the depth that being entrepreneur that had some sort of academic exposure as well. And I figured literally how best you could develop a world-class course. The focus is to build hundreds and thousands of digital professionals who are capable of doing digital in a much more robust manner. So that course, in fact, when we developed it, I think it has got the recognition from Ireland's Digital Marketing Institute as well. The same syllabus, I guess, they have recognized. So that didn't stop there. I don't remember the year, but I think it was 2021, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm very proud to say that this particular course, also I got the opportunity to be the course creator. So when I was working on the syllabus, so my job was basically to go through everything and creating the whole syllabus. But then there is a largely recognized academic, academic council of SLIM, like including all sort of the big names and the big professionals, academia, people from the academia, the professors. They are the one who approved this particular course to all the standards. But I also making my life a little bit tougher on making a course that will work. But this was actually a brief came from the SLIM president at that time. What she wanted was basically to develop a course, and her finding was in one of the World Economic Forum, there was a particular result that it says by 2025 or 2030, the requirements of a marketer, the job market for the marketers will drastically change. The skills that are required for a marketer in 2025 is not whatever the skills what they had in 2020. So this was in 2021, if I'm not mistaken. So the challenge was, how can we build a course that is meant to be the key advantage or the key competitive advantage for a marketer, a future ready marketer. So that's how we ended up with this particular course. So I do have a personal bonding to this course, because since I got involved in developing the course criteria for this. So this course is absolutely designed for the minds. So how best you change your mind, how best you transform your mind, and by adding more skills from across so many different variables related to data. So, and definitely in this particular course, I only had one slot for me. That was only the data-driven advertising part, because the rest of the things I had no idea of how to do the lecturing, because you need to have more professionals. So therefore, that's why I think even Nirini also mentioned earlier, you have the best-in-class professionals, best-in-class mentors to take you through each and every module. And that is the most important thing. And it's your responsibility to get the best out of them. So how do you get the best out of them? Through your data curious mindset. So my agency journey never, rather didn't stop there. So in 2022, the boutique agency network got a sort of a global, or rather a regional recognition. So I suppose we are the only local Sri Lankan agency, or rather independent Sri Lankan agency, to win in a South Asian category. So we became Agency of the Year South Asia in the category of boutique agencies. So it was awarded by Campaign magazine. It's one of the Oscars in advertising. So one of the best that you could get. So we became like, we raised our agencies. It's only like 5-6 agencies in Sri Lanka. Like rather we have more than 50 odd agencies in Sri Lanka, but out of those 50 odd agencies, only 4 to 5 agencies has win at Campaign Asia Agency of the Year. So we can proudly say that we also became one of them. And our game never stopped there. So this year we became, I suppose we are the only South Asian agency in this scale. Like, let's say we are integrated advertising agency. So therefore, like out of all the integrated advertising agencies, and that's how we got like most of the multinational brands to work with us. With the way, like, let's say we are a 5-year-old agency, but within the first 5 years, we have got most of the multinationals in the country, and we are working in a very global standard level. So how it all happened, as I told you earlier, like, that curiosity drove us to be wherever that we are here today. So we launched these disruptive generative AI technologies. For sure, the first Sri Lankan company to do that, but also I guess it's probably we are the first South Asian company to do that, first South Asian integrated agency to launch in-house superior generative AI technologies. So when we did the launch in May, we had only 2 technologies which was developed, but now we have developed 4 technologies. These technologies can disrupt all sort of functions of advertising. So one of the tools that we created, it's a business, we call it econometric modeling tool. So using econometric modeling theories and sort of practices, when you feed the data, it gives us the predictions of which marketing mix would work. And the role of a analyst, the role of a marketeer, the role of a production guy, all of that can enrich if you have these type of technologies. Unfortunately, like, we put a lot of effort to convince the local fraternity, because there are multiple difficulties. But having said that, we are also reaching out to the global audiences with these technologies, because these technologies are not there in the world, like all the technologies that we have created. And so we started as advertising agency. Now we are in a completely different arena, and we created another technology for creativity. I guess it's one of the I guess it's the only technology in this particular nature in the world, where the objective was how do we really increase the return of investment of a creative that we do. But now we have identified, when we connected that with generative AI, the extent of this technology, that you can I do not agree to the fact that whenever people say we can replace people with our technology, we are not saying that, because we always say that of course these technologies, a good strategist can develop the entire advertising campaign without a huge creative team. But similarly, if you add this technology into a creative team, the creative team can do wonderful things in a very short period of time. So that increases the efficiency. Like, for instance, like we have seen it from by our end, like for the past 3 weeks, we actually started using these technologies for the internal staff and training all of them. For the past 3 weeks, we had participated in 4 or 5 or big pitches, and we won all the pitches. Like, every week we are working on a pitch, and these pitches are integrated communication campaign pitches. So the technologies helped us, to enable us that we can increase our efficiency and effectiveness. So we have seen it, and these technologies are homegrown, Sri Lankan, made in Sri Lanka, but we don't harp on that saying made in Sri Lanka. As soon as you said that into a global market, nowadays, they look at us in a very different way, because there is a regional person asked me, like, when I was pitching this technology, the first question before I start the presentation, they asked was like, whether you guys have enough food in the market. But I was trying to show them that we have generative AI and we have one superior technologies we have created. But anyway, having said that, we are not going to stop anywhere, and then we keep on developing our technologies. And by whatever that is happening, so because I have never heard about generative AI a couple of years back, but today I'm a little bit mastering that part also. I mean, thanks to my data science team and my entire agency team, they are very efficient in developing newer technologies. And we didn't stop our game over there. And then we found there is a mine of data when we look at moving away from advertising. So we launched a separate entity called Famology. It's an entertainment ecosystem, which entertainment is where you have most of the data. So when you grab all sort of data and then we see the world in a very different way, we sort of create and curate content using data. And we have already started doing that by optimizing our entertainment creativity, the films that we create, the kind of things that we create everywhere by enhanced by data. So all of that happened. And where I started, as I told you earlier, I started as a trainee media executive some 15 years back. And today, I don't know how to, I don't say I'm a very successful businessman, but I'm a very striving and a kind of I would say, innovative entrepreneur. So sometimes when you are a very innovative entrepreneur, you might not be able to gain profits in a short run. It needs some time, but still it helps you to sort of grow better than yesterday. So that's the philosophy that we believe in. And all of that happens simply because the data curious mindset. The more that we are curious on data, every day you will start finding something completely new. And that's what I have achieved. And I believe from this course, what you are going to get, and if you can sort of awaken your data curious mindset, you can get the best out of this course. Nevertheless, that you can become a champion in whatever the field that you are working on. You will become much, much, much better than today. Just take my word. So wherever you are today, you will become much, much, much better and stronger and more transformative if you awaken your data curious mindset. By the time when you end up with this course, you will become a completely different animal altogether. Sorry for my language, it's not animal, but a species altogether. All right, so thank you so much. So that's it. That's my story. And thank you, Slim, and thank you everyone who invited me for this particular session. So I hope that you have got some sort of inspiration or some sort of input into the depth of this course. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Seninda Bandara, for that great introduction and the inspirational story from the beginning until the position where you were right now. Thank you again. Mr. Daminder is a distinguished chartered marketer and chartered engineer with over 15 years telecommunication industry experience. And he completed his degree from the University of Peradeniya, a postgraduate diploma in marketing from the Chartered Institute of Marketing, UK. And he completed his MBA from the PIM. It's glad to be here, and I warmly invite for welcome speech our lecturer, Mr. Daminder.
Okay, Nasun, thank you for your introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. So now let's talk about the content that you're going to learn from this course. So I'll take you through the topics that you're going to discuss throughout the course once you participate this course, once we start. And then let me share my screen first. Hope you can see my screen, right?
Yes, sir. Can see.
All right. Okay. So basically, so as Seninda said, this course will transform you. And one of the things that I mentioned to my students at the beginning of the course, the bunch of you guys are special people, a set of people in this marketing fraternity, because you have come here today, listen to us, because you want to perform better, right? So to perform better, you have chosen this kind of courses and you want to learn. So that attitude will change you drastically, and we will be complement that your attitude, helping you to make the transformation happen, right? So that is the statement I make at the beginning of the course to any of my students like you guys, because you have chosen sacrificing your time for other works during this weekend to listen to what it is this DDMP course is all about. Right. So, okay, quickly, I will take you through the, the content or the modules that we are going to cover. Right. So, basically, the first day you will get an introduction about the data-driven mindset, data-driven mindset of a marketer. So you will understand the difference between a traditional marketer and a modern marketer in terms of data-driven approach, right? So basically, we will talk about the mindset of a modern marketer, concept of agile marketing, imports of integrating cross-section of data together, skills and competencies that you require, and also case studies. Throughout the course, we will discuss many number of case studies where you have successful by implementing this data-driven marketing approach, right? So not only in this my first module, but throughout all the courses, throughout the course or all the modules, you will experience different case studies where you can implement the same in your organization, like relevance. Okay, so then module 2. With that, we will start this the content in detail to be discussed in detail what we had discussed at the introduction session. First thing is about these fundamentals of data and analytics. Basically, you need to understand when you are going to have a data-driven mindset. The first thing you should understand what is data, right? And data, and there are different types of data, and there are we call like structured data, unstructured data, semi-structured data, so and so, right? You should know these basic terms. One of the key things, key advantage you will have from this course, actually, you will be able to, being a marketer, you will be able to talk to the technical people, because with this transformation, there are new opportunities have already created, right? For example, like if you go back like 10 years ago, there were there were no a professional or the occupation like data scientists, right? Today we are talking about, as Sanitha said, he was trying to hire a data scientist for this organization. Likewise, now you have to work with those technical people like data scientists, data engineers, data analysis. So being marketer, after you completing this course, you will learn how to talk to them, how they are these jargon, these words, their meanings and all, you will understand. So that is one of the key advantage. In the module 2, we'll cover like those things like begin the data journey with data mining, the continuous measurement KPIs, different types of data and their importance, statistics analysis, and of market data. Don't worry about the mathematics background you have, right? Because this is not about mathematics. This is all about how you are going to use data into your marketing practice and how you're going to perform better, right? So there are things that you have to learn, right? So that you learn, but it doesn't mean that you have to have a good mathematics background. But these things you can learn. Only thing is the important thing is the attitude, that willingness to learn. Okay, right. So then we talk about big data analytics and this war room culture, right? And those things will be discussed. I will not go through in detail because we don't have much time today, but in those modules, the lecturer will cover these modules in detail. And then marketing process and data collection. So you know there's a marketing process already, and you should know what are the points that you can collect data, relevant data, so that you can use those data to create your marketing campaign relevant to your audience, right? So, you know, for example, Netflix or YouTube make the relevant content. They are performing all the content which are relevant to you, right? Because it's real time personalization. So likewise, in your organization, when you are doing your marketing activities, you need to understand throughout the process, you need to understand what are the data points that I can capture. So those things we will discuss, and you can implement the same at your organization after completing the course. Right? And then this module 3 continue. And the module 4 is all about AI. You will learn, you will touch upon these subjects like artificial intelligence for business. So already you know this ChatGPT and all are transforming the things, right? So you have to be par with it. So that's why you should know this these kind of content like AI and all. And we talk about fundamentals of AI and business process, AI application for business process management. Always also machine learning and what is machine learning, right? You will learn that those things as well, right? So then in the module 5, we'll talk about consumer-centric marketing activities. So basically, we will talk about the customer behavior or consumer behavior. You already have studied those subjects, I assume, right? But when you're going to do your consumer behavior analysis, what are the data points that you need to capture and how you're going to store them and how you're going to analyze them and what are the mechanics you're going to use to analyze those data is the things that you need to consider to perform better, right? So here you will talk about consumer behavior analysis with big data. You will learn what is big data as well, right? And the characteristics of big data and its relevance. Are you collecting big data, right? And also then we talk about the application of big data in related to the marketing field. And more importantly, we talk about the marketing automation as well, right? So as Seni says, this particular transformation will, yeah, there'll be jobs, jobs will be replaced, but not, reduced number of jobs, because this technology will create more and more different professionals like data scientists, so and so. It's same for marketing as well. It's create new and new job opportunities. To grab that, you need to equip with the right knowledge and then right skills. Okay, so that's why here we cover here. And then module 6, business intelligence and data visualizers. Basically here you will get some hands-on experience how you're going to use this data, these BI tools like Microsoft Power BI and all, and how you're going to use those tools to visualize your data, because visualization is one of the most important thing, because you have to present your insights to someone, right, in order to make decisions. So in that case, if you are capable to do your analysis yourself using these tools and all tools and technologies, you can be I mean, it's the transformation that we are looking for inside you, right? So that's why we have included these kind of modules here. And then module 7, agile marketing mix, as Divin say in the set, we will talk about this agile concept, right? This agile concept is not only in the marketing, it is in the technology world as well. For example, software development is having waterfall method and agile method. There are most of the organizations, software companies are using now agile approach, right? Because it's very efficient. So that concept has come to the marketing field as well. So you will learn how this agile concept will transform your marketing campaigns with real-time insights. Okay, right. And then data-driven creative advertising. So one of the very important module, because you will learn how the automation will work and also how to reduce your campaign cost. And more importantly, you will be able to work with your agencies. You can talk with your agency people, say there's something called DV360, right? Why don't you use that DV360? Because you can reduce our marketing campaign, because you are focusing the right customer, right? So likewise, you will get a lot of insights how this like the stock market, how this automation things happening in supply demand side. There's a supplier, there's a demand from the customers, there's an advertisement, how we're going to bridge them with the automation, automated technology, kind of things you'll be able to learn from the module 8. Okay. And then data-driven conversion optimization, basically fundamentals of CRO, role of behavioral economics in driving conversion, data integration with customer experience, so and so you will cover in the module 9. And then module 10, Internet of Things, IoT. Have you heard that word? IoT, Internet of Things, very important, because now this Internet of Things is that transforming this world. Everything is connected, right? So if I ask a question from you, there's one more person who knows about you more than you. Can you guess who is that? There's someone who knows about you more than you. We think that we know about us than anyone else, right? No, it's not. Now Google's know about you more than anyone, right? Because all the data of yours is in the Google. Your search history, your messages, your emails, your photos, everything is being checked by Google, right? So Google knows about you more than anyone. Because of why? Because of the phone. Because your phone is connected to the internet. So it is Internet of Things is all about connecting things to the internet. If your shoe is connected to the internet, we call it the Internet of Things. That means your shoe is an intelligent device. Any dumb device, if you connect to the internet, it's a Internet of Things. And what is the impact of IoT to the marketing? Right. So imagine if you come to one of your customers comes to your Cargill's or to a supermarket or somewhere, right? Once the customer get into the supermarket inside, if you can pop up the right advertisement to that person, how can you do that? You get the you use the artificial intelligence or video analytics to capture the face of the customer, and from that you get this customer is a female, or from the demographic and whatever, it's a female, this so and so. So these are the buying pattern of this customer, and then you pop up right advertisement at the store where he or she can see. Right. So likewise, you can put right advertisements with the support of IoT. Right. So in the example, you can monitor the shelf occupancy of a supermarket. For example, I'll take like for example Anchor, right, milk powder. So you can send a message. They can monitor all their occupancy of the shelves, the Anchor milk powder in all the supermarkets with the support of IoT. Right? Through the whole supply chain can be monitored with the help of this IoT. So it will create more and more data through sensors, and all. It will create more and more data. So those data can be used in your marketing campaign. So that's why you should know what is IoT is all about. All right. So finally, we'll touch upon this blockchain concept as well, and its relevance to marketing, concept of blockchain technology, fundamentals of blockchain technology, capabilities of blockchain technology, so and so, right? So I quickly went through it because these things you will learn in detail from the course, right? So, and now you have a glimpse of understanding about the modules and the content that you're going to learn from this course. And I think you have kind of understanding, feeling that after learning these kind of areas, knowledge, once it's improved this knowledge, your knowledge area, you will be able to transfer. So that's why I want to ask this question: why you are going to do this DDMP, right? You need to ask whenever you're going to start something, why I should start doing something like this, right? So here, before I answer to this question, let me take you through what is happening now in the world. Right now, you know this industrial revolution, right? This industrial revolution, first industrial revolution has happened like in 17th, right? This it's all about steam engine, right? So people were very afraid they will lose their jobs and all. But what happened after that industrial revolution? The many number of jobs created, right? And then the electricity, the next revolution, industry 2.0 is all about electricity. And what was the third revolution? Industry 3.0, the third revolution was about computer and internet, right? So in that case, also people were very afraid. Oh my God, this technology will wipe out our jobs. But did it happen? No, right? So now we are in the Industry 4.0 era. That is the revolution we are in. At what time it was started? It was started in 2011, and today in 2023. This transformation is happening very, very fast, right? If you have used this chat GPT and all, you can understand the depth of this transformation, right? So there now this IT, OT, autonomous machine, advanced robotic, big data, analytics, Internet of Things, digital ubiquity, cloud, smart factory, machine learning, and AI, cyber physical. So this is what is happening right now. So being marketers, you have to learn this, otherwise you get obsolete, right? So this is the revolution we are in now, Industry 4.0. And so Industry 4.0 is all about what is it's if you take, for example, Tesla car. Tesla car is a transformed. It's a good example you can take to explain what is Industry 4.0, right? So basically, it is check all through his sensors, check what is happening around me. So then it's check what is happening, and then what will happen. For example, if an accident, it can predict can that happen or not. Based on that, it's an autonomous action. So this is a good example. I mean, Tesla car is a good example where you don't need to have a driver to drive a car, right? So likewise, this marketing also get automated with this collecting a lot of data through sensors or whatever, and then those data is being used to predict your marketing activities, to personalize your marketing activities, so and so. So that's why you should learn this Industry 4.0, and it relevant the marketing field. And Industry 4.0 is driven by many forces: big data, cloud computing, software, connected devices like IoT, mobile computing, real-time data collection, so and so, right? So in this Industry 4.0, this data is one of the key things. So this transformation is enabled through this computer power, big data kind of things. So that's why you should be aware that our marketing, the traditional marketing practices also being transformed because of these driving forces. In the more or less, they are contributing each other. All right. Okay. So my final slide, why you should have a DDM, data-driven mindset, the curiosity, as seen in the set, right? Why you should have. So there are many reasons I can say there are many, but I want to highlight 3 things which are much relevant to you for your career, for your professional life, right? The first thing is the competitive advantage. Of course, you heard that Senitha said he made 3 pitches and he was awarded all the 3 pitches, right? From that when he have approached his customers. Why? Because as an organization, the boutique, they have a competitive edge compared to the other agencies, I assume. Because why? Because they are with the technology. They are using the technology to perform better, right? As an organization. Okay. But here, what I want to highlight here is that competitive edge you will get. Why? Because you will be compared to the other marketers in the field. So when you know about these technologies and their relevance and these jargons and everything, you can perform better. Because of that, you will get a competitive edge, right? You will get highlight, right? And it will create more and more opportunities. It's maybe in local market as well as in the global markets, right? So that's the reason I am talking about. So of course, there will be career advancement because you are the person who knows to consult others. Why you should do this? For example, you can go to the engineering team and tell them, here, I want to get this done. And this is the things why you You can't, if they say, no, this is the things, because I know for a fact there's a data warehouse framework, because we don't have a data warehouse, and you are talking about we cannot do that. But if you get a data warehouse to our organization, we can do these things 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Likewise, you can argue with them, right? So these things get highlighted in the organization because you are performing better compared to the other marketers, right? Because of that, you will get more and more opportunities in the organization as well as in the other organization. So that's why I told you, you should ask like this, you should ask the question why I'm going to do this, right? So I gave you multiple, many reasons, but I hope more or less it will applicable to you guys as well. So with that, I conclude my session. I hope I have given you kind of understanding about the course as well as the question why you should do the DDM. So thank you very much, Dasun. It's over to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Daminda, for that great introduction and pitching on well. Give very succinct information about what is DDMP and what are the benefits of this program. So, ladies and gentlemen, dear students, next we will move on for the program brief. I would warmly invite Ms. Dilukshi Jayavardhana, Executive for Slim Business School, Kitulwata. Ms. Dilukshi, over to you.
Thank you, Dasun. Let me share my screen. Hope my screen is visible.
Yes, visible.
Okay, thank you. So good afternoon all, and I warmly welcome you all again for the inauguration of Data-Driven Marketing Professional Intake 2 2023 intake. So I'm Dilukshi Jayavardhana, the Program Coordinator of Data-Driven Marketing Professional Program. And here onwards, I would like to take you through some important details about the Data-Driven Marketing Professional Program. So DDMP, Data-Driven Marketing Professional Program, is designed to provide a knowledge on essential data-driven marketing concepts, provide skills to evaluate and identify the best practices and the emerging concepts in data-driven marketing. The students are requested to provide a scanned copy of the NSC, a photograph, and a scanned copies of your education qualifications, service letters to complete the registrations. And all the students are requested to submit these documents to our LMS, and we will provide a detailed guideline on this in due course. And the coaching sessions will be in blended method as both online and on-site. The online sessions will be conducted through MS Teams, and the on-site sessions will be at Slim Business School in number 50, Kitulwata Road, Colombo 8. So you will be informed regarding each session delivery mode along with the class schedule in the class commencement. And all the students are advised to follow this class schedule accordingly. And further, the attendance of the classes will be monitored. Hence, all the students are requested to attend all the classes regularly. So the class commencement will be on the 8th Sunday, October 2023 from 9 a.m. onwards as an on-site class in Slim Business School. So students, this is the class schedule for Data-Driven Marketing Professional Intake 2 2023 intake, and this will be shared with all the students at the class commencement. So the communication related to the Data-Driven Marketing Professional qualification will be done via email mostly, and we will contact you over the phone and in SMSs as well when needed. Hence, all the students are informed to provide a correct email address and a contact number at the registration. So not only that, you are requested to check your inbox in the regular basis. As students of SLIM or students of Data-Driven Marketing Professional Program, for any inquiry regarding the qualification, you can contact me through email or over the phone. So ddmp@slim.edu.lk is the email address, and note 7036621777 is the contact number. Further to that, For any concern during the study period at SLIM, you may contact the SLIM student counselor, Mr. Nagendra Singha. His email address is student@slim.lk and his contact number is 070-2777-656. If I explain briefly about the curriculum of DDMP, Data Driven Marketing Professional Qualification, it will cover almost 11 different modules in the program. If I name them, Introduction to Data Driven Mindset, Fundamentals of Data and Analytics, Marketing Process and Data Collection, AI for Business, Consumer-Centric Marketing Activities, Business Intelligence and Data Visualizers, Agile Marketing Mix, Data-Driven Creative Advertising, Data-Driven Conversion Optimization, IoT Adaptation for Business, and finally, Introduction to Blockchain Technology. The assessment criteria of this qualification will be in two ways. So you will have to do a group assignment, basically a case study, which covers 40% of your final mark. At the completion of all 11 modules, you will have to sit for the final exam, which is an online MCQ test. So it will cover 60% of your final mark. Your group assignment will be shared to you and will be assigned you all for a group, and to you are able to complete the assignment. The assignment will be briefed in a separate session and will aware you on all the important facts regarding the case study. The deadline for the assignment submission will be on the 3rd of February 2024. And the final exam for Data-Driven Marketing Professional Intake 2 2023 will be held on the 18th of February 2024. You will be awarded with the final grading according to the mark that you have obtained both in the assignment and in the final exam. So if you obtain more than 75 marks, you are awarded with a merit pass. If you score between 65 marks to 74 marks, a good pass, and 40 marks to 64 marks will be an ordinary pass. As another prestigious service, SLIM library is now open for you all, and you may use the library facility for your study purposes. As shown here, the library is open from Monday to Thursday from 9:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and in the weekends from 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. So the library will remain closed on Fridays, holiday days, and other special holidays. That brings to the end of the program brief on Data-Driven Marketing Professional Qualification, and I wish you all the best in successfully completing the DDMP qualification. So thank you very much, everyone, and over to you, Dasun.
Thank you very much, Ms. Dilukshi, for that great introduction and information that you have passed with our students. I hope and believe this time gave us a plethorous opportunity to learn what are the values after being a professional data-driven marketer. So thank you again, Ms. Mihirini Fonseca, Mr. Seninda Bandara, Mr. Daminda Edirisinghe. It's my pleasure joining with the DDMP Open Day webinar. So ladies and gentlemen, dear students, thank you again for joining with the DDMP Open Day webinar organized by Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing. Have a good day.